jackass. Oh, okay. No, for real. It's not. It's a train of thought for me. How someone wants you to dim your light. Because they in the background playing with Sparrow and talks away. What the fuck is wrong with your fucking IQ score? And it straight off me calling me fucking slow, stupid, and fucking retarded. It ain't even mad about your fucking tax bracket. What the fuck do you got against you when I was just being my authentic self? I never understood this dumb shit anyway, and I don't want to know. No, it straight off me. Leave me the fuck alone. How when you choose yourself to understand self-love, it got certain folks mentally destroyed within. You know, stressed out, bugged out, don't know if they coming or going, trying to figure out the spell work is working. They be doing come to me smells, act like you don't know what the fuck they doing behind closed doors with their bad habits. They be the train of thought for me. How they project spell work in a toxic way. They sending this demonic spirit towards you right to left. Only was a hold on one second you was truly protect this whole entire time. Not one lie was told. No, ain't a check on me. I ain't scared of you. Ain't a check on for me. How they want to project fear and you try to size you up. They try to get you locked up, got the next door neighbor, different area codes, trying to figure out your every move at the end of the day, telling your vocabulary, hold on one second, you was never a fool. Why would you want to lose you when you understand self-confidence? Texting the next move, that hold on one second, now they just posted. It be just train of thought for me, how they got a gang stalk you. No, and Shay, I never understood this either. Oh my God. How this type of stuff actually happens. It didn't matter about someone's tax bracket when they projected a bad habit. How they got a whole community trying to go up against one person because someone truly got potential and you was never the issue. Talking about you slow, stupid, and retarded, but hold on one second, I wasn't running for myself when it comes to healing. We all don't operate the same at the end of the day. Hello, neighbor, stay in your lane. Hello, neighbor, stay in your lane. No, it ain't changed over me, calling me a lame, though. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. It's not. It's funny how they will dim your light, gang stalk you. Project spell work in a toxic way to say to hold on one second. You the one moving funny. You the one projecting spell work, but that was never the case because you wasn't trying to you wasn't trying to catch a case in spiritual work because you know how karma actually feels. We all don't operate the same when it comes to hold on one second. I know how to control my pain. The energy is different. We don't all operate the same when it comes to elevation. Certain folks be older than you, didn't matter their tax bracket, or let alone younger than you. Got so much to say about you because you was willing to choose you, not to overlook you. Folks see that you got potential. They don't want you to elevate faster. Them didn't matter what hood or what continent they truly was. At the end of the day, they projected their bad habits on you because you actually was being authentic. You knew how to say, excuse me, no thank you. Got certain folks, hold on one second, in competition with you when it come to your mental health. Hold on one second, you had comments, it's to better yourself. That's what made them feel like, hold on one second, you fucking up their vision. When it come to their IQ score, hit me the check off me. Goddamn, I hope you find peace with it because that shit is really low. Because how could you sit up and gather up folks from different area codes, let alone play with spoken and toxic way, gang stalking somebody, hacking devices, talking about you so real, only because you forgot to truly keep it real, to actually heal your trauma and pain, only because you were truly disturbing your peace. How do you reject yourself? How? I never understood that. Because in my conscience at the end of the day, I don't have time and day to play with spoken and toxic way, and the trick on me, jackass. Nah, it be the train of thought for me. How folks be so hooked on phonics. But only the rods that was spell work in a toxic way. It didn't matter if they was a warlock or rich. Because they was in there cooking something up. Only the rods that damn, they was projecting a bad habit on an innocent person who didn't project that, who didn't deserve that type of pain. Let alone have to project that type of mind games. It be the train of thought for me. I would take a whole group of people to go up against one person. How y'all sit there and plot to figure out how you're going to get somebody locked up, put them in a sideboard so they won't understand their vocabulary. Self-love. That's what them they're like when it comes to your confidence. How this type of stuff actually happens. They try to ruin your reputation, but hold on one second. Self-love can truly actually last if you truly go within. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And until the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope that you continue to find peace with them regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It was self-love, love, keeping it real, love. Emotionally stable, finding yourself, to better yourself, your intuition, hold on one second, understanding your worth. You know, your mental health, that trust that you truly didn't lack. It both certain folks, their mindset being incompetent at the end of the day, to project their mindset, their mental health on you is far from ahead. You just knew how to stay in your lane. That vocabulary they couldn't relate to was holding themselves accountable. It'd be the train of thought for me. They had trust issues when it comes to their lack of confidence or because they had self-esteem problems. They'd be the train of thought for me. How they look at you like competition when you was never competing. Hold on 1 second, neighbor. Why I want to reject me when you know how to respect me? Why would I want to let me go because you're trying to dim my light to project pain on me? A dream truly come true. You choose not to overlook you, the innocent person. Who would have knew that God would show you better days ahead? They would never understand. Hold on 1 second. You didn't have to gather up all these demonic spirits at the end of the day because you had God in your life and God was truly showing you that, hold on 1 second, you was truly actually authentic. You ain't had to be somebody you truly wasn't. That's what fucked up folks sat in there at the end of the day. They trying to figure out your vocabulary, trying to figure out who the fuck you are. But hold on 1 second, I don't mean no disrespect. You were just in your own lane. How they try to stop certain shit from happening in your life, but you had your heavenly mother, Father God by your side. You never once I was told you didn't worship the devil. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second, our elevation hits different. Confidence. It's a crime for certain individuals. With their bad habits, you would think it's April Fool's Day every single day, the way they be acting with their bad habits. They be acting like addicts. Hold on 1 second, and realize, hold on 1 second, you was never the supplier. They be trying to energy harvest off your energy, but hold on 1 second, God called it back for all the right reasons so you won't reject yourself. God was really protecting your mental health. My vocabulary not the same like my neighbor, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. And good day, bad day, and misunderstand day. Excuse me, no thank you. I didn't think that was a crime, but goddamn, got folks looking at me with envy mindsets at the end of the day to try to discourage my character. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. They said, hater, stay in your lame, hater. Hater, stay in your lame, hater. No, it's a train of thought for me, goddamn hater. It wasn't an even exchange. I was just trying to catch my blessings. You wanted to play with spoken in a toxic way. Only rather, goddamn, make yourself uncomfortable in the most unhealthiest way. Nobody didn't sign up for your one-sided contract. It be a train of thought for me. My soul ain't for sale. It be a train of thought for me. That self-love looks good on you today, neighbor, when it comes to confidence. It was like that 411 love. The unconditional love that, hold on 1 second. I gotta keep it real with me, choosing me not to dim my light. I understand my reality when it comes to my vocabulary. I choose myself not to dim my light. Thank you, neighbor, for being patient with me. You know the ones that's truly for you. Don't look at you like competition. I love myself not to dim my light. I'm not chasing the bag at the end of the day. It just comes to me naturally. Oh my God. Not respectfully. Why would I want to reject me when you wasn't trying to choose me? Why would I want to reject me when you trying to disrespect me? You said I didn't have potential, but I was never your issue. It'd be the train of thought for me. Carry on now, neighbor. With your hating ass. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Elevate, never give up, neighbor. Elevate, never give up, neighbor. Chase your dreams, hold on 1 second. It was just choosing you. Not to overlook you, to maintain that smile. Being true to you, not them your light. Hold on 1 second, it was never a game. Patience, time, and then you're man and you're worthy. Go, neighbor. Don't dim your light. Our vocabulary not the same. Always be yourself. It's okay to be authentic. Like, someone would sit there and disrespect you because you're being your authentic self. They would sit there and say, you need to switch up your swag. You need to switch up and do something different. But hold on 1 second. If you believe in your confidence, at the end of the day, the right people will truly root for you, even when you can't see. It'd be the train of thought for me. Because you know why? Your heavenly mother and father will always bring the right people into your life to show you that, hold on 1 second, it was never competition when it comes to elevation. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Hold on 1 second. Loving you, don't dim your light. Neighbor. Don't reject you. Because when you choose you, the right folks ain't going to overlook you. That respect's a two-way street. I ain't have to get physical. I ain't look at my neighbor like competition because I ain't have hate in my vein. They would never understand elevation. Hold on 1 second, time and day. And straight don't be always be yourself with no one less attention. It was RESPCT. I knew how to respect my neighbor even days when I couldn't see. Wow. That motivation hits different. I got folks watching me behind fake pages, trying to take notes at the end of the day, but I continue to elevate in the most healthiest way. I got them sneak dissing. No, it changed over me. God tell me everything. Everything changed over me. They be trying to set me up. Me against me. God damn. I was just going from point A to Z. I ain't know it was a crime to stretch my motherfucking legs at the end of the day. Only run you trying to plot me against myself. No, it changed over me. I ain't signed up for your bougie ass one-sided conversations. Then they playing with spoken and talks away. You out here playing with magic? I wanted to always ask this question. You believe in magic? No, it changed on me. I never understood this shit. If you believe in magic so bad, why the fuck is you still in the same environment that you fucking in bothering your own fucking mental health? Hello with your low ass IQ score. I don't give a fuck if you a man or a fucking woman. Fuck you, motherfucker. No, it be the truth on me. It be these weird ass motherfucking square ass bitch ass motherfuckers then they, right? They be energy harvesting off your energy and then want to disrespect you. Hold on, bitch. Don't play with me. Play with your fucking mammy. I said what the fuck I done said. I never understood this. How people play with magic in a toxic way, right? And they jealous of you. But if you believe in magic so bad, and you out here energy harvesting off the next person's energy, right? Why the fuck is you still in the same position? But God is not real, though. That's what you said. God is not real. But why are you still in the same apartment? And why are you bothering innocent people? Being a warlock or a witch, it be the train of thought for me. Why are you in certain communities at the end of the day? Trying to ruin someone's reputation, all because you don't believe in your own faith. Because if you wasn't so miserable, you wouldn't have that mindset at the end of the day to think like that. Talking about you grown, but you acting your shoe size, not your body weight. No, I haven't checked on me. I don't know what's wrong with them either. But make it make sense at the end of the day. You doing come to me spells. You doing sex magic spells. Then you energy harvesting off somebody's energy. And then when somebody call you out on your bullshit, you look at them like they're slow, stupid, and retarded because you about to put your hands on somebody at the end of the day. Would you want somebody to do that to your baby? It'd be the train of thought for me. You wouldn't want somebody to project spell work on your household. Got your whole household bent out of shape. You realize, hold on one second, I wasn't trying to catch a case. But then when the innocent person speaks up at the end of the day, they dead ass wrong. You want them to reject themselves because you want them to be dead ass wrong. I never understood this. Like, why antagonize somebody and then when they speak up for themselves, you want to paint them out to be crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded? You know, it doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age because we live in a spiritual world and we can't run from that. We live in a spiritual world. Calling your bullshit out, now you getting mad like a bad habit. Talking about you don't have bad habits. But you acting your shoe size, talking about you got a big dick. Hand me the train of me, bitch. At the end of the day, that shit don't make no sense. Because you truly weak in the mindset, acting like a bitch. No, here's the train of me. I said what I said. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, my God. You might want to put that shit to the back. And I mean that disrespectfully. Because that shit is truly whack. How you out here disrespecting the female at the end of the day. You wouldn't want somebody to do that to your moms on your worst day. I say that shit respectfully. It be the train of thought for me. How folks be having this mindset at the end of the day until it's their household. Hold on one second. I ain't asked for this conversation. It be the train of thought for me. But you decide to disturb an innocent person mindset when it comes to their health. They say they crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. How it takes a whole community, a group of people in different tax brackets to try to dim somebody's life because you lack self-confidence. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. You do money magic on somebody so they won't be financially stable. You do spell work so someone won't get a job. You do spell work and when it comes to someone's love department so they won't find love or the person that they actually in tune with or the person that's liking them back, you make sure that you paint this picture so the person won't see them, right? That's what y'all do. But you call yourself grown at the end of the day. Damn. But this is the norm to you. It's a norm to a lot of households that have been playing with spell work in a toxic way for so many years against innocent people, energy harvesting off their energy. Doing sending low frequencies to an innocent person. Doing come to me spells like the person don't know what the fuck you got going on with your ill intentions. Then you got the next door neighbor in different area codes telling the next person's every move. Took my hold on one second. They just went into that store. Where did that food go today? It be the train of thought for me. They going from point A to Z. Make sure you don't remove your eyes off of them. Don't remove your eyes off of them. That's what you're saying. You know, when someone doesn't walk the streets in fear, regardless to what neighborhood or county or continent they go to, they don't walk in fear. How you could sit there and lie on somebody's name all day long, but God saw what you was doing behind closed doors. You said God not real, and that innocent person didn't have to play but spoke in a toxic way. Let them go take for tack. What you all he did was speak up for themselves, most healthiest way. Something that you would want your child to do. And especially when they have to get physical. Because everybody's not mentally strong when it comes to someone doing them wrong. It's certain folks that ain't got no voice, but hold on one second. You decide to destroy someone's character, or because you lack self-confidence. It'd be the train of thought for me. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have the mindset of having hate in your vein. We're going to operate the same when it comes to dealing with time and day pain. Leave innocent people alone, I say respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. What's going on, neighbor, neighbor? What's going on? Hope all is well on your end, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Hope all is well on your end, neighbor, neighbor. No, ain't a Jake over me. Always be yourself, but no my less attentions. They say nowadays when you be authentic, you doing too much. They don't like the fact that you actually know how to switch it up and hold on one second, like they bad habit, something they can't relate to is actually quitting. No, it's a trait of me. Oh my God, excuse me. It be the train of thought for me. How they want you to fit in into their little groups or fit in into their norm or whatever the case may be when you have to do folks wrong. They want you to bow down to them. They want you to apologize for being your authentic self. It be the train of thought for me. How they got folks watching you right to left, only trying to ruin your reputation. Hold on one second, something that you ain't signed up for. And then when you speak up for yourself, they try to get you locked to put you in a sideboard because your vocabulary, hold on one second, with self-love when it comes to confidence. And they laugh at your pain until it's done. They will want someone to actually understand them. Didn't matter about someone's tax bracket that day. It be the train of thought for me. How you didn't have to project that mindset when it came to pain. How folks would sit there and antagonize you, only to use you against you. Only the rest of hold on one second, he wasn't trying to shortchange you. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm not your genuine lover spot, and I say this respectfully. Always be yourself. They say that you're not beautiful. They say that you're not handsome. Looking in the mirror, understand the vision that they can't relate to. You actually went within. Yeah, you might got a big nose, but hold on one second. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are worthy. You got big eyes. You got big lips, but hold on one second. That didn't stop you from loving you to go within. No, it ain't changed though for me. Hold on one second. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to be insecure because of a vision that they can't see. It's not that you think that you're better than nobody, but you gotta live within you to understand. Hold on one second. I don't care what the outside world think about me. I love me. And when you love yourself enough, can't nobody stop you or stop your confidence from you choosing you. And I said that respectfully. It's okay to have bushy eyebrows. It's okay. It's okay to know that you have a big nose. You have a beautiful nose. It's your nose. Certain folks may not agree to your features. They say that you ugly, but hold on one second. But you still got folks in competition with you, so you must be doing something right at the end of the day when you have to get physical. You got folks looking up to you and you least expected. You wasn't trying to reject you. You motivating folks without trying hard. Who would have knew God didn't reject you? Because you truly wasn't the issue. God gave you balance when it came to time and day. Loving yourself to realize, hold on one second, God was making your day bright. What a day. My content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. You are loved and respected by all the right people. That's truly for you. And I say that respectfully. You know, regardless to your features on the outside, it always starts within. And when it starts within, that genuine love, it just comes naturally. Like, you don't got to try hard. You don't got to be nobody else but you. And one thing you don't do is run from your past. You know, we don't all are the same. You know, it's folks that be out here, right? They be playing with spoke in a toxic way. They be gang stalking people, projecting spoke in a toxic way, energy, harvesting people's energy, trying to destiny strike with people, gang stalking people. But they would never say that they doing it. No, no, no. You know what they would do? They would say you doing it to them. No, I didn't check on me. That's why they had to go take attack with you, and you ain't do shit. No, for real. I never understood this shit. A motherfucker will watch you within watching you or whatever case may be and try to disturb your goddamn peace. No, it ain't trade on me. I didn't sign up for your one-sided ass conversation. God damn it. No, it's really trade over me. A motherfucker would try to bring you down, stop you from elevating to see you frown. Because they don't like you. This motherfucker would sit there. They would sit there. Hey! All right. This is what they doing today. This is what they doing today. Yeah, I'm going to stop it now. Wait, what? Why would you do that? I never understood you karmic readers. Like, why'd you pull a card on somebody at the end of the day that you never got permission to pull a card on? And then when you pull a card on them, then you in the behind the scene playing with spirit in a toxic way. I never understood that. Like, am I right, mom, respectfully, regardless to how many deck of cards that I have, or regardless to I don't need cards. I would never sit here and do a reading on somebody without the acknowledgement. Excuse me. I wouldn't do a reading without somebody's acknowledgement, because that's mad disrespectful. That's invading somebody's space. I may acknowledge to somebody at the end of the day, you know, I hope that God, you know, blesses you or whatever case may be. Like stuff like that, like little stuff like that, but I wouldn't sit here and say, I'm pulling a card on you. No. But I do talk about things that may happen out loud. And I don't even know. Now, ain't a trade though for me. But I don't gotta pull cards. I don't. I don't sit here and say, well, your man just left you. And he left you with an STD. I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't do that. Or I wouldn't sit there and say, oh, you was the aggressive in the relationship, that's why he left you. Or I wouldn't sit there and say, you cheated on him first and he had a reason to leave. Or I wouldn't sit here and say, well, he left you because you was pregnant and you didn't want to get rid of the baby when he gave you the money, and you decided to say you wasn't taking the money, and then you turned around and aborted the baby anyway. No, I wouldn't do that. It'd be the train of thought for me. Like how people would sit there and pull a card on you without your permission. I never understood that. I think that is so rude and disrespectful. I really do. Or then you sit there and try to keep up with somebody's life at the end of the day because you're a real life karmic. And in order for you to keep up with your collective or people who you deal with, you watch somebody else's content. You watching somebody else's content, but then watching somebody else's content just to put a narrative to your content. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. My content is not for everybody. You know, these witches and warlocks or whatever the case may be, like, y'all be invading people's space, like trying to energy harvest or people's energy. And then when someone speaks up, they dead ass wrong. You would swear that your spell work is working. You know, when God be like, look, watch this big dummy. They doing come to me spells. They trying to do beauty spells on you. Not knowing that you ate something that you had no business eating. And it'll be gone in the next 2 days. How this type of stuff actually happens. Because they watch you within watching you to see if this sickness is working. They watch you within watching you to see, did you give up on yourself yet? Are you a crash out yet? How this type of stuff actually happens. Folks be like they rooting for you, be shortchanging you. They don't want you to be blessed. They want you to truly be stressed. They want you to lack self-confidence, but you was never the issue. Elevation truly looks good on you. They would never understand your potential. You wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. You ain't have to act like somebody that you truly wasn't to understand your existence. How you truly understand rotation when it came to that blessing that day. Choosing yourself not to overlook you because you was the gift from God, and you damn sure don't worship the devil. We all not the same. I still not respect my neighbor regardless of their pain. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't just walk around just read people's cards. I don't. But it's kind of funny how a person would disrespect you. And then when you speak up for yourself, it's like, damn, you dead ass wrong. I ain't have to pull a card on you. You showed me who you was, and I dismissed myself. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Even when they try to shadow ban you, or they behind the scenes hacking your devices, cloning your devices, or whatever the case may be that they participate in. Or they're behind the scenes playing with spoken in a toxic way. Or they trying to energy harvest off your energy. How they sit there and watch you within watch you, but won't put respect on your name because they got jealousy and hate in their vein. It be the train of thought for me how folks be swearing you talking about like a bad habit. But it just shows you that your mask fell off when it came to lack of self-control, when it came to discipline, why you just stay in your lane. It be the train of thought for me. You know, when someone is truly a child of God, a chosen one, a divine one, they don't have hate in their mindset to project somebody gets like that they free will, regardless to their upbringing. And I say that respectfully. It's funny how people would take someone's kindness as, you know, you're too vulnerable, you're too this, you're too that, but as somebody that actually respecting their neighbor. And there are still good people out here that know how to respect their neighbor, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. They don't look at their neighbor like competition. And they're not behind the scenes doing sport in a toxic way. How someone will pull your card on you, but won't air out the dirty laundry they got in their background. How they probably just like some of their free will and covered up the scene. How this type of stuff actually happens. How people actually move like that. Because an innocent person speaks up for themselves. It'd be the train of thought for me. You disturbing an innocent person that did not bother you, but you saw them as a threat. You saw them with the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy, and you didn't want them to elevate faster than you. Or you sat there and listened to he say, she say, and took that narrative and ran with it and believed somebody. When that innocent person never showed you no types of signs of that, besides they mind their business. How when you mind your business nowadays, that bothers people too. They will sit there and plot a crime on you that you never signed up for, that you had no participations in. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They would send spell work towards you. They would gang stalk you, lie on your name, hack your devices, black magic, witchcraft, voodoo, dark magic, or whatever the case may be. In the most toxic way, the list goes on. You know, because everybody's culture ain't the same. But when someone truly sees potential within you, they want you to project pain. They want you to be the biggest crash out, but hold on 1 second, God will actually hold on to you, understanding your faith. My content ain't for everybody, and I say that respectfully. We don't operate the same. Always be yourself and know his intentions. And I say that respectfully. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. You know, you could be more gifted than somebody, more talented than somebody. Even the smallest things like as somebody's features, or just having a decent heart, a good one. Someone will look at that like jealousy and envy. Someone sees that you could just be authentic and you ain't got to switch up, like you just being yourself. Because never not one time that you had to switch up. Besides it actually expressing yourself. And they would do everything in their power behind the scenes to have you robbed. It's like that your free will. Get you locked up, put you in a psych board. Blackmail you against you. Maybe from old conversations, or they will make their own conversations up, because you know the way the internet works nowadays, the way the internet works nowadays, you could put somebody anywhere. And you think you're having a whole conversation with somebody and you're really not. How this type of stuff actually happens. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. They would dig up your past, blackmail you, gang stalk you, shadow ban you. You know, when the right people walk into your life, they don't have that mindset. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Respect will always be a two-way street. They don't have time to sit there and project spell work on you. They don't have time within them to energy harvest off your energy or destiny's fight with you or gang stalk you. Let alone, goddamn it, hack your devices. They damn sure ain't got time for that. No. Who does that? I don't know. They do. They sit there and say we crazy. No, it's being changed on me. I never understood this shit. That's why I say it must be every motherfucking fools every fucking day. Cause bitch, you could have fooled the fuck out of me. No other changed over me. I never understood this. A motherfucker would sit there and say, you slow, stupid, and fucking retarded. But they playing with spell work. They the one hacking your fucking devices. That's not wrong with me. All right. Brain styles ain't connected somewhere. It really ain't. Something is not connected. Some a little off when you said I was dead ass wrong. I spoke up for myself with no ill intentions, only for me not to do me wrong. You wanted me to be a crasher, but God was showing my intentions. When it came to my faith, I truly understood that hold on 1 second, God still was favoring me. Another day. Our intuition that you can relate to with self-confidence gone within. You having your own Christ when it comes to your reflection. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I still know how to respect my neighbor, didn't have to sneak dish you, but goddamn, you didn't want me my dreams to truly come true, me choosing me. I wasn't doing it for likes if you was a cloud chasing. The energy is different when it comes to elevation, when it comes to hold on 1 second. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. No, the Jake though for me. Always be yourself. Because the right people will never overlook you. And the right people will be rooting for you. Don't matter they tax bracket, the respect will be a two-way street. They ain't have to get physical with you. That is just different. They ain't got hate in their vein. They don't look at you like competition. We all ain't the same. I know how to respect my neighbor, even days when I can't see. Always be yourself. You know, because healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It's not. And that's okay. And loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Someone will be jealous of you because you know how to smile. Like, you just know how to do this. It's not your fault. It just came with the package deal. Hello? My soul just jumped into this body. Hello, what's up? It's chased off for me. For the fact. You know, everybody has certain insecurities about them at some point in their life, right? But everybody doesn't work the same. What you may not like about you, somebody loves about them. What you may not like about you, someone is not willing to overlook that. Because they actually love themselves within. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself when someone gives up on you or tells you that you don't have potential. You know, because when God allows you to see another day, regardless of who's in the background trying to stop you from elevating, or who framed you or blackmailed you from you, God never removed the light from you. You know how it feels for everything to be stripped from you. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views. You know how it feels to have an empty refrigerator. You know how it feels to not have the funds to do certain things. But God maintained your smile. Because God didn't want you to let you go. You dealt with enough pain. They would never understand how healing, charm, and pain actually feels when you actually go within. How your days actually get better. They matter your tax bracket. You know, misery loves company, and that wasn't within that innocent person that day. It wasn't. It didn't matter the environment or not. Stuff goes on every single day in life. Everybody's neighborhood is not the same, but it's called respect neighbor. You're always going to have that one person that may be discriminated against somebody in one community. You're always going to have that one person in the community that stands out more in the community. You're always going to have that one person in the neighborhood that's going to willingly just help everybody, and everybody will be like, no, I'm good. Because people pick and choose who they want to help. Every community is truly not the same. But the right community that's truly for you will actually respect you, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You may have somebody in a community, doesn't matter if it's a quiet community or not. You probably have that one witch or warlock, right? They're decent people, but they don't project spell work on people. They don't energy harvest on people's energy. They don't destiny swipe with people. They don't gang store people, and they don't hack people with devices. They just go from point A to Z, which you go to a different community now. It don't matter someone's tax bracket. You got witches and warlocks and folks or whatever the case may be that are invested in this type of stuff every single day. Every community is truly not for you. It's not. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I am Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always did. Never had third party working with me, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of who try to blackmail me against me or who tries to dim my light, and I say that respectfully. Someone threatened me the other day, and I didn't have to do anything besides be myself. Like, I was confused about that. Or because somebody sent them to me, and I didn't sign up for your one-sided conversation. I'm not trying to fit in your group. I just knew how to respect my neighbor. It's funny how someone would invite you to their table just to try to humble you, just to disrespect you, because they got hate and jealousy and envy with their vein. Didn't matter their tax bracket that day. Didn't matter how many accomplishments they actually had. Wasn't mad. Handed just different. It's funny how somebody will try to belittle somebody, but they will sit there and take notes on the next person's life. Take notes. How you elevating? How you doing this? How you doing that? They be so inspired and motivated on the low, but they would never put respect in your name when you have to do them wrong. Always be yourself. When someone says you don't have potential, when he was never the issue. Now, AJ, don't be always be yourself, but don't molest attention. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's funny how, it's not funny actually, but it's sad. How people will project spell work towards somebody, and they will try to poison their food or their drinks, and then someone speaks up for themselves, and they're quick to be labeled crazy. You said the last person out their free will. And the fact that you don't want someone to tell their story, you try to make them mentally ill. That's messed up. But God saw everything. My content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. It's not. You know, someone didn't sign up for your one-sided contract. And especially when that child of God's soul is not for sale, that energy is different. Always be yourself with no intentions. Because the right people, when they walk into your life, they rooting you on good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They ain't got hate in their vein, and it's just different. We going out the same. Today is currently May 26, 2025. What's up, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor? What's up, neighbor? There was the train of thought for me, neighbor, 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 neighbor. How you doing, neighbor, 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 neighbor? Far from a hater, we ain't the same. We not. But respect's a two-way street, regardless of who get up on your journey. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no misintentions. I do not worship the devil, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. I am Naya, genuine love, respect. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? No energy ain't though for me. Peace and respect, your neighbor, stop the font. You better whether don't dim your light, go on your neighbor, don't dim your light. Always be yourself, but no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And when it comes to my creativity, I say it respectfully. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I get it from my heavenly mother and my father. Ah, straight up for me. I don't worship the devil. And I say it respectfully, I don't. You know what's within you. God by your side was not one lie told. How you stand before yourself today. It wasn't for likes and views or cloud chasing. It wasn't an act and scene at the end of the day because you wasn't playing the cap that you truly wasn't. The energy is different. Being your authentic self. Got folks bent out of shape. We wasn't trying to catch a case. They put you in competition when you was never competing. How elevation looks different on everybody. I ain't got hate in my vein, but I still not respect my neighbor. Hope they just stay in their lane. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I say that respectfully. You mad and you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. No, I haven't changed on me. Always be yourself and no molest intentions. You are beautiful and you are handsome. You mad and you're worthy. always be yourself. Have a good day.